How's it going, everyone? My name is DarkWolf07, and welcome back to Commander's Den. It's been a while since we've done deck tech on the channel, so I figured we'd be taking a look at another one of my favorite decks, Silk Webweaver. Silk Webweaver is a 4-cost legendary spider-human hero. Has the effect of web sling out for 1 green, 1 white, and 1 other. Has the effect to create a 1/1 human token whenever you cast a creature, and has the effect to pay 3, 1 green, 1 white, and you can give all your creatures +2/+2 in vigilance until end of turn. Now, I know a lot of people didn't really care much for the Spider-Man set. However, I did like this mechanic that came out of it, web slinging. Web slinging is an alternative casting cost that lets you return one tap creature along with paying that cost to get that creature into play. So the idea I ended up with this deck is using a space station theme. You also could use vehicles, but I really liked Edge of Eternities and quite a few of the space stations that I can't wait to hopefully get more. The idea here is to tap down your creatures to station some of these space stations, such as Dawnspire Eternity Elevator, while tapping down creatures such as Wily Duke, Stonybrook Schoolmaster, and or Imara, Soul of the Concord, to be gaining effects while you're tapping down those creatures and stationing your space stations at the same time. I also run warp creatures such as Anti-Casual Vestige and Bygone Colossus in order to cheat them out with their warp cost, but still be able to station them for massive amounts of gains into the space station. Once those creatures are tapped down, I have all the web-slinging Spider-Man that I can packed into this deck of green and white that will let me web-sling those back into my hand in order to cheat out those web-slinging Spider-Man. I then also run cards like Cryptolith Rite and Enduring Vitality, which will let me tap down my creatures anytime I want, and I'll also be getting mana out of it. But since web-slinging is an alternative casting cost, you still do have to obey casting timing rules. But to get past that, we're going to be running Veldalken Orrery in order to have everything have flash. I then also run cards like Dazzling Theater and Seaborn Muse in order to untap my creatures during everyone else's untap step, as well as give all my creatures in my hand Convoke. If you're able to get this full combo off, which I have before, you're able to literally untap all creatures during each other player's turn, be able to tap those creatures for mana, or use the Convoke mechanic also to just cheat in more creatures at flash speed, and then you're able to return them with the web slinging ability to repeat the whole process over on the next opponent's turn. I do also run some ETB stuff like Wood Elves and Lizard's Connor's Curse in order to tap them down to Space Station, then web sling them back to my hand to use again later on. And to round things off, I run stuff like Temur Sabertooth and Ambrosia Whiteheart in order to return some of those web slingers to my hand so I could use them again later. There will be a link down in the description below if you want to check out the deck in its entirety for yourself, but let me know what you think of the deck, and if you have any cool deck ideas, leave them down in the comments below, and thanks for watching.